value of 3/8 is 3/8. And these two bars, I'm sorry, I didn't say this before, these two bars around the number are the absolute value bars. And when we're using order of operations, we treat them just like parentheses. But those two bars just mean we want the absolute value. So check your work, see how you did. And I want you to notice something. When you're working with absolute value, your answer is always positive. It doesn't matter what your original number was. This one was positive, this one was negative, this one was negative, this one was positive. The absolute value is always positive because it's the distance from the origin. Okay, conditional statements. Here we have a conditional statement. If a number is an integer, then it is a whole number. Now, we have two parts to conditional statements. We have a hypothesis and we have a conclusion. For this one, our hypothesis is a number is an integer. Our conclusion is it is a whole number. Now we want to decide if that's true or false. So let's take a look back at our chart. Okay? If a number is an integer, let's see. Let's say 1. Then it is a whole number. That's true. Is there any numbers that make it not true? Well, how about -3? If a number is an integer, -3 is an integer, then it is a whole number. Is that true? No, -3 is not a whole number. So this is false. And in order for it to be false, there only needs to be one counterexample. A counterexample is anything that's going to make this false. Now in our case, we decided that -3 made this false, but actually any negative number would make it false. So there's an infinite number of counterexamples for this one. Let's do the second one together also. If A is a positive number, then the absolute value of A is A. Well, let's start with the hypothesis. Hypothesis is going to be A is a positive number. Our conclusion is the absolute value of A is equal to A. So let's think about this. If A is a positive number, then the absolute value of A is equal to A. What do you think? I think that one is most definitely true. Okay? Since the absolute value is always going to be equal to a positive number, and A is a positive number, and this makes this true. Try number 22 and 23, and then we'll come back and see how you did.